La kalau ulo pinagkatawalan mo porta ko lang abi ko vida na tingin. Ni meron ng imbita na ko. Ini kayak guna taka nangun scrub. Buri tengah bangko bi kimika sa smile. Gabi ko ya. Bula mati.
Bula mati?
Yo, kung baka mendaran kami Australia. GD mati.
Kok, siya ni GD mati. It's good day, mate.
Okay, siya. Sa dulu. Rita, kayu ko ka Leonard po.
Siya nga eh, singto na Leonard ba na rugby league?
Yo, mata pa nang ulci.
Iyo, mati, araw nang ulci.
Ha?
Ata mo, mati.
One thing players can always agree on is to have a nice cup of tea and a bucket load of FMF breakfast crackers. FMF breakfast crackers, masa achi da.
I'm looking forward to some family time. I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, there's a feeling in the air. Yeah, everybody, let's share. Ooh, let's come together and celebrate. Have fun with family.
FMF friend, bulan ni mata kaniliti, oyang mula marau, ena besinga. Nawakan din ke bau ni ngau nango, pakandina nila takisai hikonga, seni churi ruang dua me adobanga, ebi.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Bulvanaka and welcome to My Perfect Bake. I'm your host, Jacquee Speight. The recipes we showcase this season are for everyone. They're easy to follow and affordable to make. We're also giving 2 viewers a chance weekly to win fantastic hampers, thanks to FMF Foods Limited, Malia Clothing, and some of my favorite small businesses. A lot happening right here on the show this season, so stay close. In the kitchen with me today is a fast becoming popular entrepreneur whose small business has caught the eye of many. Sonal Deo went from studying industrial lab technology to following her dreams and turning a passion for baking into a successful small family business. Hey Sonal!
Hi Jacquee.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Thrilled to have you here today.
Likewise.
How have you been feeling this entire week?
I feel amazed and very honored to be here on your show.
Well, it's my honor to have you here on the show because I cannot wait for you to show us how to make one of my favorite goodies. Honestly, it's one of my favorite treats to date. So tell us a bit about yourself and your business.
Okay, so I'm Sonal Deo and we operate from our home based in Tadira Heights, and we run this small baking business from 2021, so it's going to be 1 year in June.
Really?
Yes, so we started operating last year in June during pandemic.
Yes.
And yeah, that's all about us.
And your focus is mainly on desserts and treats.
Yes, pastries, cakes, desserts and treats.
And what is the name of your business?
Baking Bliss by Shal.
You can find Baking Bliss by Shal on Instagram, and when you get on there, you'll be able to see everything that they have. So today we're making one of my personal favorites and a treat Sonal makes so well, macarons. Now here in Fiji, we know how to make a number of yummy goodies, and with the ever-changing times, that list continues to grow. We've had a number of requests sent in for a gluten-free treat to be made, and finally, today's recipe is just that. Sonal, what prompted you to add such a delicate treat to the menu?
Okay, so macarons are something which is very delicate to make, and plus there are very less people here in Fiji who make this sort of dessert, and I have seen people struggle to make it, so I really wanted to, just do this and put this on the list, and it's a high-end selling thing.
Yes, it is. I've approached other bakers and I've asked, do you make macarons? And the response is always, oh, that's a tricky one. We've tried to make that, but haven't had much success on the first try or the second try. So when I came across her page, Baking Bliss with Shal. Honestly, absolutely wonderful. If you go on, check it out, you will see that the macarons are definitely her thing. And first things first, the macarons are not to be confused with macaroons. Macaroons are small and slapdash coconut haystacks and are often dipped in chocolate. And in Fiji, people have a tendency to think that macaroons are macarons, but they're not. So the macarons is what we're making today, and they're elegant little sandwiches that are made with the meringue, almond flour, and buttercream filling. Sonal, what ingredients are needed for this recipe of yours?
We'll need almond flour, egg white, caster sugar, icing sugar, and we'll also need some essence. Any essence will do.
Okay.
And we'll need cream of tartar.
That's it?
Yes, pretty much.
Well, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're making gluten-free macarons.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Kalau ulo na katawa lang mubarta ko lang abi ko vida na tingin ni meron kay imbita na ko ko. Dili kay guna taga nangon scrub. Buri tengah bongko bi kimi ka sa smile. Gabi ko ya. Bula mati.
Bula mati?
Yo, ko pa daran do kami Australia. GD mati.
Ko. Siya ni GD mati. It's good day, mate.
Okay, shit. Sa sedul. Rita, kayo ko ka man po.
Siya nga singto na linod ba na rugby league?
Yo. Maka ba nangunci?
Iyo mati, araw nangunci.
Ha?
Ata mo mati.
One thing players can always agree on is to have a nice cup of tea and a bucket load of FMF Breakfast Crackers. FMF Breakfast Crackers. Masa achi, achi da.
I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, mendamaro watamai, le nalalo mai wasivi. Ooh, beira nalala, mendakaila watamai, kaseringa and
Chow chicken noodles, yay! Chow chicken noodles when you hungry yar. Fire chow, chow chicken noodles, fire chow. Hungry yar, so delicious, so tasty, ay ay ay. Chow chicken noodles, hungry yar. Fire chow, very tasty, so delicious, yummy yummy, hungry yar. Chow chicken noodles, hungry yar. Chow chicken noodles, hungry yar. Fire chow.
I'm looking forward to some family time. I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, there's a feeling in the air. Yeah, everybody, let's share. Ooh, let's come together and celebrate. Have fun with family.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we have the beautiful Sonal from Baking Bliss by Shal in our kitchen today, baking up some gluten-free macarons. Shall we begin?
Yes, we should.
Wonderful. So where do we start?
Okay, so we've got all our ingredients ready.
Right.
Now what we'll do, we'll whisk up our egg whites.
Okay.
So it's very important that all our ingredients are done before, so we don't have to run around. When doing macarons, make sure you don't run for any errands.
Right.
Just macarons, that's it.
Okay.
So we'll just start up with our egg whites.
Right.
Okay, so it goes in a very clean bowl of egg whites. There. And then we'll just start whisking it
Yes,
up,
of
right?
course. Let me take all of this. Bring it this side. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so this is a very important stage. Now
Right.
we're going to add our cream of tartar. So we'll just add a quarter teaspoon of cream of tartar. So it's just our acidic stabilizer which helps us to stabilize, right?
Okay.
So we'll just start mixing this up. Once it gets frothy, then we'll start adding our sugar.
Okay. Time for the sugar?
Yes, it's very important to add our sugar, so not just dump it in. We'll have to add slowly, like in a very slow process.
Okay.
So it will take a lot of time to add sugar and then keep whisking it.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
so we'll just start with that. So this is what we are looking for.
Okay.
So we should have a stiff meringue
Right.
just before mixing. If it's a slopey or a peak which is going down, our macarons won't have the perfect fit.
Okay then. Very silky.
At this stage, if you want to add any essence or any color,
Right.
you can do so. But today
Okay.
we'll just add the strawberry essence.
Okay.
Just a quarter teaspoon will do.
All right.
Okay, then once more we'll mix. So Jacquee, our meringue is ready. Now we'll just move on to our dry ingredients.
Okay.
So our almond flour and our icing sugar will go in together.
Right.
And then from here we'll add it to our meringue.
Okay.
So when our dry ingredients are ready, we'll just divide it into 3 parts. It doesn't have to be like exact, just
Yeah.
approximate. So we'll add 1/3.
Right.
Okay, and then we'll start mixing. So it's round and then in the middle.
Okay.
Round and then in the middle.
And it has to be that exact way.
Yes, round and in the middle. Round and in the middle. So after that, we'll add another 1/3.
And you'll just continue until it's
Yes.
all incorporated very
Yes.
nicely.
So it has to be this way, the way I'm doing. Round and then in the middle. You scrape it from the middle and then scrape it from the side.
Right. Wow. So tell us, what got you into baking? Because while we were catching up earlier, you were telling me that you studied lab technology and you've graduated in it, and that was your focus, and she was working for a while. And now all of a sudden you're baking. How do you go from lab technology, to now running a very successful home-based business?
So baking had been our hobby since we were a child.
This is you and your sister.
Yes, both of us. We were always looking at our grandma and our mom baking cakes over the soil pots and all those things, right? And then later on when we moved to the city, we had ovens and everything. So we always did our trials and error, not by looking YouTubes, but just, approximate basis.
So you're not from Suva?
No.
Where are you from?
So I'm born and bred back in Lambasa, yeah.
There you go.
So we are mixing now.
And your sister is a baker by profession as well?
No, she is a commerce and a marketing student by profession.
I've officially seen it all. See, you can do absolutely anything that you want to do, especially if you're passionate about it. And here's you and your sister, Sonal and her sister Shal. They both have graduated in two completely different fields, and they've started up their business. Well, Shal started it up, right?
Yes, it was actually her idea.
Yes.
Then why not just sit home and do nothing? Let's just start with something, a small treat.
Yeah.
And then she googled it up, and then came up with cake bubbles. Our really famous, what we started off with.
Right.
A small cake bubble. And then, we did few orders, and then after a night, it just got a hit up.
And now you've been adding on to the menu.
Yes, every day and every week we have a new, we actually have a new product every month almost on our page, coming from all the lots of things we search from. And then my sister is actually the one who gets all these things done from. So sitting in Netherlands, she actually controls the page though.
See, her sister isn't here in Fiji. This amazing baking duo. The sister is living and based in the Netherlands, so she takes care of your social media and helps you out with research for new desserts.
Yes.
And then you've got Lady Sonal here in Fiji, who's left her full-time job, and she works on the business for the both of them. Just amazing. Like, I'm so impressed. The fact that these two sisters are making this small business work. One overseas, one based here, right here in Suva. And so you handle everything here on your own, or do you have help?
Also, me and my husband, we work together in this business. So we work as partners in this business right now.
Okay, so your husband has to be a professional chef, right? He must be a chef.
No, he is an air conditioning and refrigeration technician by profession.
I love this. Who doesn't love this story? So he fixes air cons.
Mostly refrigerators.
Refrigerators, that sort of thing.
Yes.
During the day, and then he comes home and he helps you bake.
Yes.
What is he really good at? What's his main job?
So all those cakes with smooth finish, all those glossy looks is done by him.
And how did he get into it? Did he watch YouTube videos as well, or did you show him how to do it?
No, actually we just baked the cake, and then he said, let me do the creaming. And then we knew, okay, after he did the creaming, we knew, okay, he's going to be the one creaming the cakes because he was so good at it.
I honestly admire your little unit, because for a husband to come on board and support his wife, finish from his day job and then come home and decide, you know what, let's do this. This is bringing in a little extra money for us. That's really special. So kudos to all of you. You, your sister, your husband.
Oh, my sister's husband, he also used to work in the same, when he was back here. He's a professor by profession, a physics engineer. So during the day he used to teach, and then during the night he used to come and help us.
And it's just grown.
Yes. So we all grew up together.
That's wonderful. That is an amazing family story. Really, it is. And then you just see the outcome, looking at all your posts, everything that you've been putting out. If you go on, you can tell that your sister, you said she graduated in marketing, right?
Yes.
You can really see that on the page with the images that she's uploaded, the pictures that have been taken. Very strategic. Really, really professionally done.
Yes. So our mix is ready now.
Okay.
So just to know how our mix is ready, it should have a ribbon fall while mixing.
Ribbon fall?
So you should be able to do a number 8 with this.
I had no idea what a ribbon fall was until now.
So
ribbon fall is if you can do it into a number 8. Okay.
Yes. So by roughly it should be around 52 mixes. So once you get to know it, you don't have to count, but when you start it, it has to be that. And then there you go, it's a number 8. Okay, so our mix is ready. Now we'll have to pipe it.
Okay.
So our mix goes in here.
Okay.
You can do half full on, whatever suits you, right? And then we'll also get our baking tray.
Okay.
So for our baking tray, I always use a tray which is non-stick, of course, and please make sure if we are using a tray, there shouldn't be any fat. So we'll just put some of the mixture edge to the end to hold our non-stick paper.
Wow.
There you go. and then we'll be able to pipe it.
Okay.
So I normally just cut it off. There. Should be able to. Okay. So there are many other ways you can come up with. Say there are macaroon mats available in shops as well.
Right.
But it's totally up to you how you want to use it.
Right.
So I used the mat, but it could not suit my environment. So I started using baking paper and a normal piping bag.
Of course. So you've tried different methods.
Yes.
And you've seen what works best for you.
Yes. And then I've just come to my comfortable zone.
Wonderful.
Okay. So let's just pipe it. So there you go. There.
And it can be to any size that you want.
Yes, the smallest size possible is better, because remember when they are left to dry, it will flatten and take up space. So make sure they are at least 2 to 3 inches apart, and the smallest size possible, so they look cute as well. The bigger the size, I don't think they look cute in bigger sizes. So yeah. Okay, so these are ready. So what we will do, we will let them to wait.
Okay.
Rest for a while, say about 1 to 3 hours before it goes into the oven.
Okay.
So during that time, we'll preheat our oven to 150 degrees, and then we'll leave it. And once after 2 hours, these will go in the oven.
Excellent. Look at those. Well, there you have it. We're now going to let these babies rest for the next 2 to 3 hours, and then we're going to pop them into the preheated oven. You have to preheat it to 150 degrees, and then after all of that, we're only going to be baking it for 22 minutes. Now, it's so important that you have your oven preheated to the right temperature, and that you really stick to the baking time, which is 22 minutes. Anything over, anything under, it's not going to work, right?
Not really.
That's why they're so delicate. So stay with us. We'll be back right after this break.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
You'll need all your energy when you go back to play rugby. So I'm making you lots and lots of breakfast crackers. Don't tell the other players your secret to a great game or how good FMF breakfast crackers taste. I only want you to eat the best, Joelle.
Kalau mo, ulo na katawa lang mo borta ko lang abi ko vida na tingin. Ni meron ng imbita na ko nungko, Ini kay guna taga nangun scrub. Buri tengah bongko bi kimi ka sa smile. Gabi ko ya. Bula mati.
Bula mati?
Yo, ko pa daran do kami Australia. GD mati.
Ko. Siya ni GD mati. It's good day, mate.
Okay, shit. Sa sedgul. Rita, kayo ko ka man po.
Siya nga sing to na linod ba na rugby league?
Yo. Maka ba nangunchi?
Iyo mati, araw nangunchi.
Ha?
Ata mo mati.
One thing players can always agree on is to have a nice cup of tea and a bucket load of FMF Breakfast Crackers. FMF Breakfast Crackers. Masa achi, achi da.
I'm looking forward to some family time. I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, there's a feeling in the air. Yeah, everybody, let's share. Ooh, let's come together and celebrate. Have fun with family.
FMF friend Mula ni mataka ni viti Moyango mula marau Lena beisinga Nawakandi ni kebo ni ngau nango Pakanina nila takisai hikonga Seni churi ruang dua mea dobanga Ebi
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're in the kitchen with Sonal of Baking Bliss by Shal, who's shown us just how easy it is to make macarons. Lots of patience is required, but the end result, absolutely amazing. The aroma in here is very, very sweet. I think that has to do with the strawberry essence.
Yes, the essence plus the ingredients as well.
Yeah, because it's almost like a sweet perfume. Anyways, let's get to it. What's the next thing to do?
Okay, so our shells are ready. We're going to pipe them with the melted chocolate today. So just looking at the macarons, when we set them up, all macarons will have a pairage. So if you look closely, for a macaron, if it does not have a feet like this, it's not a macaron. So it has to have a feet like this, not a flatted feet or a down-shaped feet. So look closely, you'll see a very nice feet of this macaron, which is amazing.
See, you call it feet, and I feel like if my daughter was here looking at it, she'd say the teeth. You know, because it looks like a smile. But there you go. And then?
So we're going to just pipe it with melted chocolate.
Right.
There you go.
And this can be just melted down in the microwave.
Yeah, just for...
Do you prefer it in the microwave or melted down in the pot?
I use microwave, so it's easier.
Okay.
Okay, Jackie, your treats are ready. Now we can taste them.
I'm very, very excited. This looks so good. Cheers. Here we go.
Really nice, right?
Wow. And it's not sweet.
Yeah, that's because that's how much sugar you control it during the mix. So what happens is that when you start making them, you'll get to control everything. So some are really sweet treats in the market, but then you also consider the people who eat less sugar.
Yes.
So I think this one's really good.
Absolutely yummy. Very moist, it has that nice crunch when you bite into it. Perfect texture. Absolutely lovely.
So crispy from outside and then chewy from the inside. That's what macarons are supposed to.
And this is why this is a favorite of mine. This really is. Every time I travel, I have to get like a pack of macaroons wherever I am. Macarons, sorry. Now I'm getting myself mixed up. Anyway, Sonal, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jackie, for having me.
It's been an absolute honor having you on. I'm so grateful to you for sharing your wonderful business story and your amazing family who has gotten behind you to get it to where it is right now. Before we go, do you have any advice for anyone who is thinking to start up their business or try something new?
I think everyone should go for it. Plus, one more thing we should keep in mind is that patience is our biggest option, or whatever you can say, is that we need to have patience for anything. It just not comes with, overnight. So we should have patience, and we should just trust in ourselves that we can do it.
Trust and patience. Patience like when making the perfect macaron.
Yes.
Well, we're glad you could join us for another episode on the FMF My Perfect Bake show. I look forward to your company in our future episodes. For a copy of the recipe, be sure to check out the caption box of the episode on the MyTV Facebook and YouTube page. And to contact Sonal for this and other delicious desserts, find her on Instagram and Facebook at Baking Bliss by Shal. As mentioned, we're giving 2 viewers a chance to win a hamper each thanks to FMF Foods Limited, Malia Clothing, and some of my favorite small businesses. So be sure to head over to the FMF Foods Limited Instagram page right after this for all the details. We've thoroughly enjoyed your company.
Likewise.
I'll see you again soon. Stay sweet.
You're a star, yes you are. Keep pushing through. FMF is there for you. We can make it true. Lead the way, create a path, follow through and just have a blast. You're a star, yes you are. Keep pushing through. FMF, a promise of quality.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.